Oh snap! That's a vegan pan pizza with homemade cashew cheese and TVP sausage. OMG.
Let's go ahead and make this dough. I'm going to use a similar recipe to the other video. I'm going to measure my water now. I'm going to do a little less. I think 65% is like 260. I'm going to overlook 3 grams, but it's fine. Okay, this doesn't have to be exact. It just helps it if you're somewhat close. I'll go ahead and put my yeast in now. I'm going to use a little bit more yeast today too because we kind of got started late and it's cold. So I'm going to do about 1.5, 1.75% by weight, which is like 1.5 packets. Okay, let's put our flour in now. Need about 400 grams, which is like, I think 2.5 cups loose of flour. Okay, that's good enough. We're going to do about 2% by weight of salt, 1.5 to 2%, which is, yeah, it's like 7 grams. We'll do 7 grams of salt. Sounds like a lot. This is a giant pizza. And let's do a little bit of oil. We'll do a couple squares, which is probably like a tablespoon or 2. Yeah, it's about 10 grams. That's like 2.5%. So let's go ahead and stir it up. Forgot to do my hot trick. I told you in the other one we're putting oil in the bowl.
Hot trick's better though.
On the oil, so it doesn't stick to the side. So it might stick like a lot today, so we'll see. And just mix it together. This is a very wet dough, so it's a sticky situation. Okay, that's pretty much mixed as good as it'll get mixed like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my hands in here. This step is really, well, it's not sticky today, but I'm gonna still oil up my hands a little bit. Makes it easier to work this sticky dough. Just basically, you want to bring this together. It's gonna look really ugly and not super together, some dry bits. That's fine. That's fine. We're gonna come back and check on it in like 30 minutes and like give it a stretch and move it around a little bit. And then after 30 minutes of sitting here, it will hydrate and it'll look a lot better. I'm just gonna dump this straight in the pan. Makes it easier in the long run. So I'm gonna grease up our pan. Excess amount of grease because you're gonna need it. This is gonna get like crispy fried edges. It's really good. You can go ahead and just put this in the pan and try to work it in as best you can. It's mostly stretched as good as you can get it right now. We got an even little coating of oil over the whole top. That's basically what you want. You happen to have an industrial size thing of cling wrap at your local industrial store, Costco. You can just do this. If I can do it right, there we go. And just put it on. My pan's all greasy, so it's kind of moving around. And then we'll just pop this in the oven with the oven light on while we make our other ingredients. Let's go ahead and start our cashew cheese. To do this, we need a cup of cashews. The rest, you're supposed to use raw cashews. We have roasted today. They literally work the same. So I think the raw one's gonna smell weird too. But and just fill it up, pot with a little bit of water, and then boil these for like 10 or so minutes. It softens them up a lot. And then after that, we put them in the blender with all the other ingredients and then finish the rest of the recipe. It's been about 10 minutes for our cashews. As you can see, some of the waters came down, boiled off. Go ahead and turn those off. We're gonna drain these as best I can. I lost the lid for this thing. Just get any extra scum or anything off of them. You can definitely smell them. This helps soften them up a lot so they'll blend a little easier. So let's go ahead and dump them in our blender. Need 2 cups of water. Go ahead and add this is our tapioca flour and starch. This is what gives the cheese its stringiness. This is what makes it like cheese. We need about 7 tablespoons. So 1, 2. You can use a little less because we're going to thicken it on the stove. And you can use a little less if you think this is too much.
3. You can cook out the excess water. You want me? 4. 5. 6. 7. Good enough. That'll be perfect.
Okay. You need nutritional yeast. This is what gives it its cheesy like taste. 2 tablespoons of this. You can actually use a little less of this if you want. It's pretty strong stuff. Now I need 2 teaspoons of vinegar. We're gonna use apple cider vinegar today. That's what I grabbed. You can use whatever vinegar you want. This is a little sweeter, kind of, than white vinegar, so use what you have. Now we need 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm using kosher salt, so I'm not even gonna measure this. I'm just gonna get like a big pinch, like that. That's close to a teaspoon of kosher salt, maybe a little more. And then we need a little bit of garlic powder. Need half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Okay, half a teaspoon of that. I think this is kind of necessary for this. This isn't in cheese, but it tastes really good with this because we're making Italian food, so it goes really well.
Right.
And that's all you need. Let's go ahead and put our lid on so we don't get it all over ourselves in the kitchen, hopefully.
This might clip, we'll have to see.
Might stand back a little bit, go ahead and flip it. Go ahead and turn it off. Whoa, okay. You're gonna have some chunks in here. Oh, I'm dripping it. This is a mess. I forgot how messy this is a little messy, I forgot. We haven't made this in like a long time.
Yeah.
You can get all that extra stuff off that's on the lid there, but I like leaving it out. It might kind of makes the cheese chunky, I don't know. If you want chunky cheese, go ahead. Chucky cheese.
Chucky cheese.
And then we need a pot. Dump it in, whisk it, because it's gonna thicken pretty quickly. This pan's really thin, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour it in. It doesn't take very long. Yeah, here, it's already sizzling. We're gonna put it in here, let it heat slowly, and then whisk it so it doesn't stick to the bottom, and it thickens up like cheese, like a cheese sauce, like queso almost.
Okay.
See that stuff sticking already?
Oh yeah.
That's what's happening. That's what's gonna happen. So
what's happening?
turn it down a little bit. Put this over here. I need a whisk. Whisk makes it a lot easier to make sure it doesn't stick. So you get a little chunky stuff right there. Don't turn it up too high because it thickens pretty fast. So it takes like 3 or 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes to get it. You just cook it to the consistency that you want. If you're gonna eat it like a cheese sauce, you might want it a little thinner, so don't cook it as long. We're gonna cook it a little extra. We want it kind of thick so we can ball it, like spoon it onto a pizza.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but the whisking part is crucial. You gotta use the whisk.
I think it's crucial. You could use a spoon, but the whisk makes it easier. It blends into it, like stirs better in something like this. A spoon, you'll splash it around if you try to stir it too fast. I haven't done it before, but I guess you could like strain this through like a cheesecloth to get rid of all the extra solids of cashews in there. So you get just like the milk.
Nah, we want that.
So it'll be smooth, but
you want. I think it's good like it is.
the whisk helps you like get out the clumps a little bit. All right, this is good, I think. See how thick that is now? You can keep taking this further, but like it's still got a lot of heat in it, so we're just gonna let it sit. It'll thicken up even more. We're gonna let it cool off before we put it on the pizza. Mm-hmm. So this is good consistency for pizza. It's a little too thick to have as a queso, but if you like chunky queso, like thick queso,
it's freaking good with queso. It's
really with tortilla chips. It's like awesome. Give it a little taste. Well, that tastes like it.
Okay.
That's good. It's not super like cheesy flavor. It's like mild. It's like a mozzarella. You could maybe put a little more salt in it actually. Put just a little bit more salt. I want it to be salty. It's cheese. Cheese is supposed to be salty. So just a little bit. I didn't measure the salt. This is why I'm doing this. But it has almost like the consistency of mozzarella. See that? The stringy stuff. Mm-hmm. That's what we want. That's it for vegan mozzarella cheese. That's it. Queso, turn it to whatever you want. That's it, and it's delicious. I can eat this stuff with a spoon, and I have before. We're not going to do it today. All right, we got a cup of TVP right here. Soy TVP.
What's TV?
Textured vegetable protein.
Right.
We're going to add about a cup of hot water to it. This is just to rehydrate it. So go ahead and mix it up. It smells kind of like fish food, actually, a little bit. But
it does smell like fish food.
It tastes It doesn't taste like that. But when you add all these seasonings, like it tastes really good. You just basically want to let it sit for a few minutes and soak all the water up. We'll come back after this hydrates for 5 or 10 minutes and we'll start making the sausage. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start making the rest of our sausage. So what we need to do is get out a non-stick pan. Works really good for this, and put a little bit of oil in it. Let that heat up. You need a little more oil than you think. I mean, sausage is like, it's got lots of fat in it. This is still way healthier than normal Italian sausage. Okay. You know, let that heat up. We can take a look at our TVP now. It's been about 5 or so minutes. Yeah. See, it looks totally different now, right? It looks more like sake cereal now. And then, yeah, let this heat up. It's not ready yet. It's not hot. It's been about 30 or so minutes. Kind of lost track of time on our dough. It hasn't really risen very much. I might have to do my little trick I showed in the other video. Turn it on the oven for a minute. So I'm going to take it out and do the little stretch and pull step though. So what we're going to do now, it's very pliable, like it's going to fall apart. But what we're going to do is just stretch it on itself like that. And then I like to also stretch it again the other way. See, it's not really it's pretty ugly looking dough, but believe me, it works.
It's weird. This is weird dough, but it definitely is epic taste.
So let's go ahead and push it. Just spread it out. It is rising, but it's still kind of cold, so I think I'm going to do my little trick. I'm going to turn on the oven at 350 for like a minute or two. Our oven heats up pretty fast. I'm going to turn it off and leave the oven light on and then wrap it back up. It seemed to work really well.
Drastically decrease the rise time, yeah.
I'm trying to get it as spread out as I can, evenly, as much as I can.
Okay.
Looks pretty good.
All right.
Cover it back up. All right. If it's too warm, it'll just proof faster. But that's pretty good now. All right, and leave that in there for about an hour. Or it'll probably double within an hour, like easily. Okay. So we're done with this video. We'll come back and check on it. Finally, back to the sausage. Let's go ahead and get it going. We got it rehydrated. As we showed, our oil's glistening, glimmering in the pan. Let's go ahead and dump it in. It's probably going to sizzle a lot. This pan's probably pretty hot. Maybe I should have got a bigger pan. This works. I like using non-stick for this. If you try use a non-stick if you have one, because this stuff once it starts drying out, it sticks pretty easily to everything.
That's what we want, right? We want it to dry out.
We want it to dry out. Yeah. We just don't want it to stick to your pan and burn, and then you blame me for you burning your house down. Let's go ahead and spread it out in an even layer. I like to do this. I like to cook it in like one cake. I don't know. It kind of gets like crunchy brown. Like it makes bigger chunks, like more like a sausage would be, like a real sausage. Let it cook. We'll flip it in like We'll flip it in like a minute or so, and we'll start throwing our seasonings in, and then bada bing, bada boom, it's done. Whoa. We can check on it now. I think it's gonna get some brown going on. Oh yeah, see that? It's starting to get a little brown. That's what we want. I'm going to go ahead and add a few of the more hearty seasonings that can stand up to the high temperature. I'm going to put a little more oil in it.
The elements.
This is a crucial one. You got to have this one for it. Fennel seeds. Italian sausage has got to have fennel. Like that's, if you only have one seasoning in here, put fennel. So this is probably like half a teaspoon. Oh yeah, smell it already? Maybe a little more actually. I like lots of this. Like this fennel's like my
fennel's good stuff.
Key in this. Probably about a teaspoon and a half or so, I would say.
I smell it now. Oh yeah.
You want a lot of fennel.
Oh yeah.
This stuff is pretty bland on its own, so you gotta adding this other stuff makes it's so much better. You go ahead and add some of the other seasonings. I can take the heat. Oregano can probably take it. Probably about a half a teaspoon of oregano. Do about a teaspoon or so of basil. A teaspoon or so red pepper flakes. I'm gonna put some onion powder now. You gotta have garlic. You gotta have garlic powder.
Onion powder and garlic powder are gifts from the gods.
Yeah, a lot of garlic powder. I like garlic.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And then salt. Good. I don't know. That's probably half a teaspoon of kosher salt. Let's do a teaspoon. Oh, we can put the vinegar in. I'm using white wine vinegar because we have it. You can use apple cider, you can use white vinegar, doesn't matter. A little vinegar in this brings it out though. I'm getting some good color on it now too, see that? Some brown. Oh yeah, smell that? It smells like Italian sausage now, doesn't it? Put like half a teaspoon of sugar maybe. Maybe too much. Yeah, whatever, put a half. Maybe it'll be sweet today, we'll find out. Alright, then we're just gonna stir all the seasonings in until they look like they're pretty well incorporated, and I'm gonna brown it up a little bit more and then we'll give it a taste. Should be pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and taste it right now actually.
Is that good?
I like what you did here.
I see what you did. Yeah, I know some of these numbers. I smell it now. It smells like freaking Chuck E. Cheese in here.
I hope it smells better. Chuck E. Cheese smells like diarrhea.
Oh, Mr. Pizza.
Okay. We're going high on the hog today.
It smells
Mr.
like
Pizza's
sausage.
expensive.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Taste it. You can go ahead. Yeah, tell me. Here, you want to use this?
You can't even see that.
So tell me what you think.
It tastes like it.
Tastes good, right?
Yeah.
It's got all the other seasonings.
No, I think it's fine.
Okay.
I would say you could probably put more salt in it.
Another little pinch of kosher salt. If you're doing this with like table salt, be careful with your pinches. It's hard to pinch table salt. Like it's very small, so like you might get way too much.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like kosher salt, it's way bigger, so it's harder to oversalt with kosher salt. All right, I think that's good. It's basically done. You can just let it sit now in the pan as long as it doesn't look like it's burning. Just turn it off the heat and let it sit, and it'll continue to kind of dry out, crisp up in the pan. We got sausage now. This sausage is awesome. Like, it's awesome on a pizza. I think you could take this and put it like in a pasta sauce if you don't want to put, like to make up if you're going to use ground beef. Instead of ground beef, you could put this in there to add another flavor punch and like up your protein. It's really good. Anything you can put Italian sausages in that it can be crumbled up. Try this. If you need anything that's crumbled, this is awesome. Great replacement for Italian sausage.
It tastes really good.
I think it tastes better. Actually, I bought Italian sausage, like real Italian sausage, for our last pizza video. This is better. I think this tastes better. All right, we're gonna go ahead and assemble our full pizza. It's basically already doubled in size. We'll go ahead and start with our sauce. We're gonna use crushed tomatoes today. You can use whatever your own pizza sauce you bought some or whatever. I like just crushed tomatoes. We're gonna add some spices to it.
That's what we had.
That's what we had. We kind of forgot. My other sauce I needed to throw it out. It's been like over a week since I opened it.
God, I'm starving. Can you hurry?
No. We need to preheat the oven actually.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and turn the oven on to 400. And let's go assemble this pie. All right, this sauce is a little thick. We kind of want a thicker sauce. That's why I like using crushed. So I'm gonna go ahead and spread some sauce around. I know this is just crushed tomatoes right now. We're gonna put some seasonings in it. Don't worry. And if you don't like a lot of seasonings in your pizza sauce, whatever, make whatever you want.
Well, this is our way for you to determine what's in your pizza, right? In your sauce.
Yeah.
Doing it yourself.
Yeah. I mean, you can also buy pre-made pizza sauces they're all right. Some of them are pretty good. Go ahead and spread this out as best I can. This dough is really soft, so like don't stab into it with your spoon because you're gonna deflate it. You can do it a little bit, but like I'm trying to keep it airy, you know. All right, I'm gonna call that enough sauce. Maybe a little more bam over there. Boom, right there. Okay. Sauce time. Sauce is good.
Not too much sauce though, right?
No, not a ton. Put a little garlic powder on here now. I like lots of garlic powder. Go ahead and sprinkle some on. Try to get it even. Oregano. Gotta have oregano in pizza sauce. So go ahead and sprinkle that around. Maybe not as much. I'm gonna put a little basil too. And maybe not use as much of this as the basil because oregano is pretty strong. I don't really have a set amount of this. It's probably like less than a quarter to half a teaspoon of each one of these. It just sprinkles over this entire pie to where it looks like it's coated pretty evenly. I'm gonna go ahead and put our sausage on. Just gonna grab handfuls of this. Sprinkle it all around. You can this recipe for the sausage, you could save some of this and make another one. Or make something else with it, but
yeah.
This is a pretty good coating. I mean, I'm gonna put a lot of this. This adds a lot of flavor to this pizza, I think. Alright, let's get some onion. I'm gonna use red onion today. Get some thin-ish slices.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
onions.
go ahead and cut up some of this pepper. We're gonna cut this up I'm gonna do strips. Add one more giant one.
Put your hand up.
Freaking getting in it. Let's go. All right.
What are we doing?
Now we're gonna do cheese. It's kind of, we let it sit out after it cooked, after it cooled, so it's kind of cooled off and it's really thick now, so it's kind of hard to spread. Maybe I should get a spoon.
Get a spoon, yeah. Normally
Use my hands.
There you go. So now you just ball it up and drop it. That's what we used to do.
I'm just doing this. I'm trying to ball it, but that came out in a slug.
That's okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, everybody knows what that means.
Is that enough cheese or we need more cheese?
I mean, that looks pretty good to me.
Okay, we'll put more then.
It looks pretty good to me. I mean, over there in that far corner.
That one?
Far side.
That one? This one?
Yeah, right there.
It's just really sticky.
That's all I would say. I think beyond that.
Oh, okay, well, that whole chunk is going along today. No, wait. Quit it. Stop it. Stop. Quit it. There. Okay. All right, that didn't
I
work.
don't know. I'm freaking started. Just throw it in there.
We got this little fancy oil spray bottle. It makes it where you can aerate any oil without having to buy it.
Or cans.
Yeah.
So it's good for
So,
the
well,
burn.
that stuff also has like additives in it, and it doesn't brown as well. It's weird. So I'm gonna spray that other stuff. I don't like putting that on my pans either, because you're not supposed to put it on those pans with the coatings, because it can, like they say, it can hurt the coating. So I'm just trying to spray the cheese to get it brown a little bit more. Bam.
That thing is so cool.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and
All right, we're going in.
you're gonna go.
Side, you wanna
I can
go
go.
this
I can
side?
go over here. I'm gonna chuck it in the oven right now. Got 400 for about 20 minutes, and we'll come back and check on it. All right, we're gonna check it. We're gonna come back and check it in about 20 minutes. It takes about 30 or more minutes to cook in this giant pan, so we'll be back. Our pizza's been in here for about 15 minutes. Timer's going off now, so let's go ahead and give it a look. It's not gonna be as brown as normal pizza, but you can see the top of the cheese. Some of it's starting to get a little brown. But we definitely need to leave this in here. The crust isn't done yet. Probably another, I'd say 10 minutes. We'll check on it.
Okay.
We added another 5 or 6 minutes to our additional 10 on top of that 15. So we're at about 30 minutes total cook time now.
Okay.
This doesn't brown as much as like regular pizza because the cheese browns really easily. This doesn't brown as much, but it's pretty good, I think. We're going to go ahead and take a look at it. I think we're going to take it out. As you can see, some of the cheese actually kind of puffed up, which that's pretty interesting. I haven't really seen.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. We usually don't cook that. We usually don't cook this one this long. But the crust on the sides looks like it's going to be pretty brown, so I think it's pretty good. We can maybe give it another minute, but we're starving, so we're gonna
Let's pull this thing out.
take it out. Oh, okay. Go ahead and take it out. Hot. And that's what it'll look like. We're gonna try to take it out right now and put it on the rack, because as soon as you take it out, you want to take this crust out of the pan, because it'll get soggy.
Right.
Sitting in there. There's a lot of moisture still in there. If I can get underneath. There we go.
There you go.
We kind of cracked one little edge, but it's fine. Okay, this is, the steam's coming off. We're going to let it cool now. Taking it out of there, I think, is a crucial step because there's a lot of moisture still in this dough. So we'll see you in the tasting lab.
Okay, so
You can actually
I
just
don't know
leave
if
it
we're going, but he
Let's
put
see.
this on the table so that,
Look at all the water.
yeah, it absorbed. Oh wow, it absorbed all.
That's all the water that would have came off in the pan if you left it in the pan.
Right. This
And
is
it's hard to cut in the
This
pan.
is like soaking, kind of.
Yep.
So
That's all the excess water. I'm gonna move it right
I'll throw it.
there for now. I'm gonna get out our
Yeah.
cutting board.
Look at that. You can't even see it on the table.
Let's go ahead and cut this pizza now. Oh, it's really heavy.
Oh, need help?
I don't really need that anymore.
Doesn't this look like the most amazing,
What's that?
vegan pizza of all time, or what?
Oh yeah, you hear that?
Oh man, I'm starving.
crunch.
By the way.
It's cut in 8 big pieces.
Or as we say, just bite-sized pieces for me.
Yeah. Or
This is gonna be gone soon.
all right, let's go ahead and
All right, here it is. Cheers! Cheers the
we're
pizza.
gonna knock it all over the table.
Mm.
You look at the side.
That's what I've been waiting to taste
Oh.
right there.
Man, those are good. It's not totally covered in cheese. Doesn't need it. That cheese is kind of strong. That Italian sausage is really good.
We knew what this is gonna taste like because we make this frequently, somewhat. But
Italian sausage.
it's so good, right? This is like the seriously.
You hear the crunch? It's soft on the inside, but it's crunchy on the
I
outside.
mean, it doesn't taste like regular. I mean, it tastes like regular cheese, right?
It tastes like a regular like Italian sausage pizza.
And what's this other thing here? What's that?
Some weird advertisement I found from Chef Boyardee. It's called Chinese pizza. It's like from the 60s or 70s.
Oh my goodness.
It's just like a pizza crust with sauce on it, and they put shrimp and snow peas and like soy sauce. That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Dude, I mean, if you're like, I'm tired after carrying the camera around and stuff. I'm starving.
Oh, look at the bottom.
And we can't, this isn't probably the best. Yeah, the bottom. Hear
that?
Yeah, like seriously. And this, I don't know if you can see, but it's like focaccia bread or something. Just like this is like eating a real piece of bread. This sausage is amazing. It's like, you can buy the vegan stuff in the supermarket or whatever, right?
Some people have an Italian sausage.
It's not even good though.
It's kind of weird too.
It's weird. It's not great.
Oh, wow.
I mean, and it's been in the package for like however long, because it's been sitting here forever. But this is like next level. This cheese is the best vegan cheese that you will have. I promise you. If you make this stuff, even if you don't eat vegan food, you're gonna love this cheese, and you're gonna love this sausage, and you're gonna love this pizza. You don't have to do the vegan lifestyle to make this, because it's really cheap. It's way cheaper than doing meat.
Mm-hmm. And it tastes. It's like I was saying. It's just as filling as meat to me. Like I like it.
If you're doing like maybe you're trying to you're trying to eat healthier or whatever, this is a great option. If you're trying to maybe not spend so much on dinner, this is also a great option. Yep. It also will feed a ton of people, or it'll feed two big boys like us.
I had to stop myself.
Difficulty-wise.
Okay, let's see. I'd say the most difficult thing on here is probably the cheese, based off of, because you gotta have some equipment. You gotta have a blender, one. So that's probably difficulty.
That's the first.
You gotta have a blender. Don't try a food processor. Maybe you could do it. I tried a food processor and it like went all over the counter. Like ours doesn't seal or something, and it was really chunky. After you blend it all up and you like put it in the pan to thicken it and whisk it, that's the most you gotta watch it step. Like you gotta constantly stir it because it thickens really fast. If you have a really thin pan, you could burn it really easily. So that's probably the most difficult thing. The sausage is very easy to make. Like, it's hard to mess that one up. Just put it in a non-stick pan, because it might stick to a normal pan that's not non-stick. So that one, and then the dough is like the easiest thing in the world to make. So I'd give it, since the cheese is slightly harder because of the equipment, I'd say this is like almost intermediate difficulty. If we had to put like a beginner, intermediate, expert.
If you want to maybe scale it back to beginner or not so hard, just don't do the cheese and get the cheese out of the bag at the store. It will not taste good, I promise that. But you could do everything else but the cheese and put the cheese on top. And we used to do that too.
If you're lactose intolerant, if you don't want to eat cheese, or you're vegan, you could go and buy the shredded stuff in the bag. It'll work. But I would maybe, if you never had that before, I would back off a little bit. Err on the like cautious side. Don't put as much as you would see they put on normal pizza, because that stuff is really strong most of the time. And it's going to taste like feet, and it's going to smell like feet, and that's all you're going to taste is feet.
What changes? We did changes. You could change the cheese. You could just throw any other type of toppings on. I think at some point we might have put like raw tomatoes on.
Yeah, we've done tomatoes before. You could do I guess you could do broccoli if you have a little raw broccoli on there. I wouldn't do frozen vegetables if you had them, because it would kind of sog up the pizza.
Yeah. Oh, that's one thing we should say about vegetables. Is depending on the type it is, if it has a lot of water in it, you will want to saute it beforehand.
We didn't saute it with the peppers. They usually have a lot of water, but since they're cut up and like used sparsely and not all over, they didn't really. And since we cooked it for a long time, it kind of cooked out most of the water. But if you have extra ones like raw tomatoes on there, they have a ton of water in them.
Rating 5,000 stars, because
this is awesome. Yeah, this is awesome. I'm quit giving them numbers. The numbers don't make any sense.
Numbers don't make. We're gonna give them emojis.
This is why the gaming websites got rid of numbers, because they don't make any sense.
We're gonna do emojis.
Okay. Yeah, we can do emojis.
Yeah. I'll give this one a cat emoji and a heart emoji and an okay sign emoji.
What is it?
And a thumbs up.
Okay.
Emojis.
Okay.
If you like this video, go check out our other videos. We got like 5,000 other videos. I don't even know what else we did. We've got Tex-Mex videos. We got
another pizza
Vietnamese
video.
pho video. We got what else?
Japanese beef
beef bowl video.
bowl. We got like Tex-Mex burrito.
Oh yeah, go check out the Ultimate Vegetarian Burrito
Yeah.
series if you like this series. So, also let us know if there are any types of recipes you would like to see us make, because we're always looking for suggestions
Yep.
for recipes.
Yep, most definitely. Check it out.
No.
I'm not gonna put this in there.
I'm coming back, everybody. Coming back. Oh, let me do it. Ouch.
What you did would work.
Okay. All right. All right. No.
The end, though.
Hey, you like that episode? Go check out this other one. Go check it out. We got this other episode right here. What? You don't think it's gonna be good? It's gonna be good. I promise. Check it out. Check it out. You know you want what? I don't know what's gonna be here, but it's gonna be good.
Is it actually gonna save it?